Oh, way to twist the camera. Stay in reality. Maintain reality. Bonjour, ça va? Lee Rice here, live from Mont Saint-Michel, my 656th place. I arrived in last night. I camped in the wild in deep frozen fog. It looks like it's going to clear. I checked the forecast. Unfortunately, I have the second vaccine, but this flight of stairs here into the next section, I can't go up without the pass, which I've already had the second vaccine, but it takes 7 days to activate. So after the epic battle to make it here, that's a little bit disappointing that this next two flights of stairs, I can't go up because an application barcode isn't activated for another 4 days. It's incredibly beautiful. I wanted to come inside here for a long time. I guess I'll have to come back again in 4 days or come back again another time. So very happy to have made it after walking nearly 300 kilometers, as I've said on other videos. I'm recording these now. I know many people won't actually come and watch live. I'm recording these now more as a documentation of what I've seen on the road on my journey. I've been watching society, as I've said on other videos. Maybe more people will watch this later when more wake up from what is a zombie apocalypse in the adult society. That might sound heavy given the current situation of COVID, which is of course an epidemic, crazy problem. So is the absolute loss of reality and empathy for a high percentage of adults who sleepwalk through existence, stuck inside a smart computer, an incredible piece of technology, but have lost the ability to see, hear or feel anything at all outside of the screen. I've watched for a very long time, as I've said on other videos. Mainly I document this now. Hopefully some children will find it later, because they're the ones you can see, they're the ones you can hear, they're the ones who care, they're the ones who feel. They're the ones who don't cast judgments on those they know nothing about in a matter of half a second. I give another example. The number of times I just say hello, bonjour, guten morgen. Doesn't matter which country it might be, and the number of people who absolutely reject just to say hello. It's in every country the same. It's just insanity, the adult condition of absolute madness, to cast those out that are slightly different, to reject those that are not known, and to avoid everything else that's in reality, which is exactly the opposite way to living inside a computer and ignoring everyone else who might be in need. I watch the homeless people. I've made friends with many of those homeless people on my journey. I've given examples before in other videos. Again, I can see no one's actually watching this live now, but I record it as a documentation. Hopefully others can find it later. My best friend in Split, Croatia, was a guy called Dragon. I met him in a marketplace and he had no socks. I needed to buy new socks. I bought 3 pairs and gave him 1 pair, and over the next couple of weeks I stayed, I think about 2 weeks. I wanted to stay in many ways because it was a remarkably beautiful city, but the same problem there as has been everywhere for many years. As an artist, as a writer, it's almost possible to survive, largely in part due to the absolute decay of empathy from the adult society, in particular those stuck inside their screens who've lost the ability, as I've said multiple times, to see, hear, feel or care for anything at all. In fact, I've played next to people who are stuck inside their screens and even written songs about them, and they don't even know I'm singing about them. And the language barrier might be one side, but I can sing. I've been singing for a long time. I can play guitar. I'm not the world's greatest guitarist, but I'm still a writer. And again, I don't say this for the sake of myself. I say this for all of the world musicians that I've met in the last 10.5 years on my journey that have largely been ignored by a society that have fallen asleep. And every year it got gradually worse, the last 5 in particular, where the heads fell deeper and deeper into a spell of endless scrolling sanity with absolutely no care for anything at all other than living inside a mirror. I'm using it now. I don't blame the technology at all. I know some activists do for the minerals and all of this, which is understandable. But the problem itself is not the computer, it's living inside the computer, outside. For instance, I wouldn't walk around the street stuck inside a laptop. If someone would have said that to the human society 10 years ago, hey, guess what, guys? 10 years from now, you're going to be walking around, walking everywhere you go, stuck in your computer, and not seeing, hearing, or feeling, or caring for anything at all. I can tell you after watching society for 10.5 years, that is exactly what has happened in reality. I watched it all unfold every year, gradually getting worse. The biggest problems started 6 years ago. Then 5 years ago it increased. 4 years ago it increased. 3 years ago, nearly every single person, adult in their smartphone, walks past every single homeless person, every single musician. There's multiple examples on YouTube. Put in Rod Stewart busker. Put in Joshua Bell, social experiment in America. Watch the people. Watch the people walking past Rod Stewart. Pause for a second. Oh, quick, quick, take a picture. Carry on, carry on, carry on. And it's exactly the same with the endless scroll madness in everywhere you look. People are stuck inside a spell of absolute insanity. A high percentage of adults, in particular between 14 and 45, and they've lost the ability to see, hear, or feel anything at all. There's a much bigger picture outside of COVID. It's called the absolute decay of empathy and the absolute loss of reality itself, which is everything else. Nature, God, music, art, everything else. This is how we used to live. Ask a lot of the old people. They remember those days. Or type in Queen, Love of My Life, Is This the World We Created? Watch the Wembley concerts, watch all of the music concerts of the past. Everyone's together. Not everyone's staring into a smart computer screen. I'm doing that now, but I'm using it wisely to share messages of change, which I've been doing for many years. Unfortunately, a high percentage of adults aren't interested in change, or seemingly so. So I play some songs and stop talking. As I say, I'm documenting this for later, when more people wake up and come back to reality. Oh, I wanted to check the time. I only have to play 1 hour to make it like official that it's on my list. If someone comes and says I can't, then I'm going to sit in the park and play anyway. This is now released. It was released last year with my alien brother on Bandcamp. thealienbrothers.bandcamp.com on an album called Being Human, written during the first lockdown, and it's now released with a dance label, G Mafia Records, with my other brother from Grison, Thierry, incredible dance producer. I'm really, really honored to be working with him. It's like a magical connection, and the same with Renaud, my alien brother. Two incredible artists I'm very, very happy to be working with. So I'm very tired, and I've got to try and reduce my smoking a little bit, and I need new strings. Not to make excuses, but I'll do my best given the fact I'm very tired. I've walked 300 kilometers. think I'll leave it there for this live stream, and I'll do a live stream for TikTok too. My goal at the moment is to wake up as many people from their zombie apocalypse of absolute insanity as possible. Not for the sake of myself, but for the sake of all of the people that have suffered as a direct result of the loss of empathy in the last 5 years. I've met many of those people, as I've said. Many of those people have been my best friends. In nearly every place I go, the most rejected ones just so happen to be my best friends. Like Denny, in Set, a homeless man. Again, a homeless man, absolutely rejected by society, one of my very, very best friends. Sebastian, an angry man, understandably, again, rejected by society. And everywhere I go, my brother Sebastian, and everywhere I go, it's exactly the same. The best people you can meet just so happen to be exactly the ones that are rejected and cast out and left sleeping in doorways. I made some comments on other videos the other day. I've been sleeping outside too. I'm not homeless. The people who are stuck inside the zombie apocalypse are absolutely homeless, with absolutely no awareness of nature. I don't want to say the younger people because it's affected many age groups. I watch the people on the trains going past all of this incredible nature surrounding us, closing the blinds of the train, not looking out of the window for 1 second, and being stuck in the computer all the way. And again, I'm not attacking one specific country. I can give examples through Norway, one of the most, I don't want to say even one of the most incredible lands I've traveled through, but it is spectacular nature. I love France, it's incredible. Nature magnifique, de Branche. I've traveled all the way through France, and it's an incredible land. Everywhere I travel through is incredible. But to watch the children sitting on the train for 6 hours, traveling through the fjords of Norway without looking out of the window is absolute insanity. And this is a 6-year problem, in particular 6-year problem. I could run on with endless examples, but the simple fact of it is, many of you won't get this far in the video because you're stuck in a spell of absolute insanity. I hope for your sake, for the sake of our home and for the sake of change, that you wake up and come back the other way. Again, I'm not being nasty, I'm just being honest. And I can say this true, hand on heart. The more honest I became as a writer on my journey, the deeper the level of rejection. Another insanity of the human condition. I hope for the sake of more people who see this later, when more wake up, that you come back to everything else the other way. God, nature, by the way, all of us, everything else that is good is directly the other way to living inside a computer, in reality, outside. So God bless, have a good day. I'll do another live stream soon. I kind of want another coffee, but I'll take one soon. Have a good day for whoever sees this later, who escapes from the apocalypse of nothing.